at Kibaigwa in the Dodoma region. Motorists face petrol shortage in Songea. And in sports, a caravan of more than 40 cyclists will cycle from Dar es Salaam to Tanga in order to promote local tourism. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. First, the national news. 5 people have died and 2 others injured in a road accident that occurred today morning at Kibaigwa area in the Dodoma region. The accident involved a Noah with registration number T897DCC, which was coming from Morogoro and heading to Dodoma, and a lorry with registration number T183AXC, which was heading from Dodoma and heading to Dar es Salaam.
Ajali iliyojitokeza hapa, ajali hii kutokana na uzembe wa dereva kuingia barabarani bila kuchukua tahadhari.
This accident was as a result of carelessness from the driver who entered the road without taking relevant precaution. If he had done so, then he would have prevented the death of 5 people and 2 casualties, of which 1 is critical.
Tukio ambalo sio zuri. Ni tukio ambalo halitakiwi kuwepo katika kipindi hiki
and should not be allowed during this period when the road is in a good condition. Drivers have been urged to take precaution.
Ningependa kushauri madereva
Drivers must be careful, especially at night.
kimbia sana, haifai.
Now, residents of Songea district in Ruvuma region and vehicle users have complained of inconveniences caused by petrol shortage, a situation that has caused them to stay in long queues at the fuel station with the community.
Yani adha ya mafuta imekuwa kubwa sana, na masaa mawili nipo hapa katika hii sheli, nimepita sheli zote huko Msamala wapi.
I've been waiting here for 2 hours now. And I've also gone to other filling stations, but there is no oil.
Unasubiria mafuta. Kwa kweli mafuta yamekuwa ni shida. Sasa hatujajua serikali inatuangaliaje na tatizo lipo wapi.
Mafuta tunahangaika kama hivi.
We've not been able to work because there is no oil. This is affecting our families.
Hilo swala la kuzuia mafuta ni sio la ukweli.
It is not true that oil traders have been denied access to oil, although we've heard that there are those who have been hoarding oil waiting for the price to go up.
Itapanda.
President Dr. John Magufuli has appointed 2 regional commissioners and 9 district commissioners. The president has appointed Dr. Philemon Sengati, the former district commissioner of Magu in Mwanza, as regional commissioner of Tabora, replacing Agwe Mwandri, who has retired. Tobias Andengenge, who was the former Commissioner General of the Fire and Rescue Force, as a regional commissioner of Kigoma, replacing Emmanuel Maganga, who has retired. President Magufuli has also appointed 9 new district commissioners in various regions, who include the DC of Handeni, Godwin Gondwe, who now becomes the district commissioner of Temeke in Dar es Salaam. Now, moving on. 733 pupils of Mlali Primary School in Vomero District, Morogoro region, have been forced to sit outside in the sun due to the dilapidated situation of their classrooms, which has led the pupils to study in a difficult environment.
Baada ya shule corona kuisha, kutangaziwa tutarudi shuleni.
When children came back home from school, the uniform was very dirty. When I inquired, I was told that they have to sit on the ground. It is very sad. Teachers are very important, yet the work they do is seen to be of little value. We were collecting contributions, but in the middle of it, we were faced with the coronavirus pandemic. So we had to stop. So far, there is 3 million saved in the bank. I saw students learning from outside, yet 40 million shillings was given for classrooms. I'm instructing that the construction of the new classrooms must begin immediately.
Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has said the government will continue to create a friendly environment in order to empower small and medium industries to become more productive. Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa made the statement when opening the 44th Dar es Salaam International Trade Fair at the Mwalimu Nyerere grounds in Dar es Salaam.
In the period of 5 years, the government has succeeded in stabilizing the industrial and business sector, and during that period, a total of 8,447 new industries have been started, creating 482,601 new jobs. In addition, the contribution from the industrial sector in the national economy for the year 2019 grew by 8.5% compared to 8.05% in the year 2018. In the year 2019-2020, a total of 804 industrial-based projects have been registered, expected to create additional 11,793 jobs.
Katika kipindi cha miaka mitano chini ya uongozi wa Rais Dr. John Pombe Magufuli.
During the 5 years under the leadership of President Dr. John Pombe Magufuli, the industrial sector has continued to grow. In 2020, a total of 8,477 new industries were started between 2018 and 2019, bringing the total number of jobs to 282,601,000 in the new industries, bringing the total number of jobs to 482,601 in new industries. These include 201 big industries, 460 medium-sized, 3,406 small ones, and 4,410 of much smaller size. When it comes to machinery and technical innovation, TEMDO is prepared to come up with the right technology which fits our Tanzanian environment.
The Minister of Land, Housing and Human Settlement Development, William Lukuvi, has issued a 90 days to more than 75,000 residents of Shinyanga who own land without title deeds to pay for them, and has also prohibited residents being charged more than the legal amount required to pay for the deeds as well as land taxes.
Today we've reached the poor of Shinyanga so they too can now manage to own land. There were a lot of challenges. You could be told to go to Simiyu, and once you get there, you find that it is not ready.
The leader of ACT Wazalendo, Zito Kabwe, has urged other leaders of the party to be united in order to build the party and be able to make political strides. He made the call in Lindi region when addressing leaders of 20 wards in Lindi Municipal.
You must go and stabilize party branches. Every branch must have complete leadership, and leadership committee comprising of 15 people. So should be in every ward. I've been encouraged to enter into this party, ACT Wazalendo, as it is transparent and is also inclusive. It doesn't discriminate, but I also have a platform to express my opinion. If you look at CUF right now, I could describe it as a service bus. But when you look at ACT Wazalendo, I could liken it to a new vehicle.
Ni CUF service bus. kwamba kila wakati mara zibe pancha afanye nini.
And various residents of Dar es Salaam City have paid their last respects to the body of the late Raphael Kibaigwa, a political editor for The Guardian Limited, who passed away on June 30th due to kidney issues. He was later buried at the Wazo Hill Cemetery in Dar es Salaam.
Na mpaka anafariki alikuwa na matatizo ya figo.
He had kidney complication. He was born in 1968. He's left behind 3 children and a widow.
Peleka Muhimbili, tukamwambia tumpeleke Luganzera kwa hospitali kubwa. Ile ndio ikaje ikatuambia tatizo ni figo.
Sisi kama wafanyakazi wenzake ambao tulikuwa tunafanya naye kazi siku hadi siku.
As people who worked with him, his departure has taken from us someone who is very humble. He was easy to get on with.
Kibaigwa tutamkumbuka kwa sababu yeye alikuwa anahariri habari.
Kibaigwa will be remembered because he used to edit political news. He was hard working and obedient.
Kwa kweli sijawahi kumsikia hata siku moja akigombana na mtu. Kwetu tunasema tumepoteza mtu muhimu sana.
May his soul rest in peace. Amen. And that is the end of national news. International news follows next. And in international news, coronavirus cases in Kenya have reached the 7,000 mark after 247 more people tested positive. Health Cabinet Administrative Secretary Rashid Aman said the new cases are from 4,141 samples tested in the last 24 hours.
Today, 247 people have tested positive for coronavirus out of 4,147 samples tested over the past 24 hours. This brings to 7,188 our caseload of those confirmed positive for COVID-19. Our cumulative samples tested so far stand at 180,206. Amongst the 247 positive cases today, 242 are Kenyans, while 5 are foreigners. Males comprise 164 and females 83. The youngest is a one-year-old infant, while the oldest is 100.
14 people are in ICU in public health facilities, and 15 people are in ICUs in private health facilities. And of these 29, 13 of them are on ventilator support, and the remaining 16 are getting supplemental oxygen. I think 15 are getting oxygen, then 1 or 2 are under observation in the critical care unit. But let me also just highlight that the management of COVID patients is an expensive activity.
The Ministry of Health in Burundi has confirmed 21 new coronavirus cases, bringing the tally to 151, with 100 recoveries and 1 death reported since the outbreak of the virus. The government, under the President Evariste Ndayishimiye, has started to take measures against the coronavirus, which include urging citizens to adhere to prevention regulations. Soap prices will be reduced by 50%. Whoever will go against the directive, legal action will be taken against them. Again, in efforts of ensuring that we fight against coronavirus, with all efforts, water bills will be reduced until we manage to contain the virus in the country. A special team will be introduced in every region to carry out tests of coronavirus. And that is the end of international news. Business news follows next.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production. Infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news tonight. The government has called on investors in the country to look for opportunities in construction of 4- and 5-star hotels, which are in great demand in Dodoma region, the headquarters of the government, where currently there are no hotels of such status.
Mfumo wa alama za nyota unatumika katika ubora quality of services ni ule ulioandaliwa na kutumika katika nchi za Afrika, Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki.
The system of stars is used to signify quality of services that was suggested by East Africa Community. Following terms provided, the highest quality will be given 5 stars level, while the lowest is given 1 star. Hotels that have not reached star level are known as approved accommodation facilities. These are international standards that we use to identify hotels that are in the Dodoma region. And today we are giving out the credits to its supervisors. It is important to involve urban planning, Ministry of Health, Community, Finance, Environment, Transportation and Infrastructures, so that we remain on the right track. Tourism Act of 2008, Section 29, directs the Ministry of Plan accommodation services at quality levels. In regard to that, the Ministry has been implementing the directive by holding inspections in planning accommodation services according to quality levels.
Katika daraja za ubora nchini tangu mwaka 2009.
Mobile phone fuel, I would repeat that story. Falling fuel prices have contributed to the decline of price inflation in Zanzibar from 5.3% to 3.4% during the month of June this year. There has been a decrease in some food prices like Mbeya rice 2.0%, cornmeal 0.3%, sugar 0.3%, petrol 18.0%, and diesel 12.4%. Mobile phone company Tigo has said it will continue to support government efforts in sustaining economic growth as a middle-income country by providing quality services. Following our contribution, the government will reach its target of ensuring that Tanzania reaches industrial economy. Again, since we are working with society, we have a direct responsibility of ensuring that services provided in our societies benefit our clients.
Shughuli zinazotokea katika jamii yetu na bidhaa na huduma zinazokuweko ziweze kunufaisha Watanzania.
And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows shortly.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. position, Joaquinho. He did lose to Lynn.
And in sports news tonight, a caravan of more than 40 cyclists will cycle from Dar es Salaam to Tanga tomorrow, covering more than 300 kilometers with the aim of promoting local tourism.
Long time. We just want to make an environment where cyclists in Dar es Salaam can participate together in activities of maintaining their fitness levels, as well as providing awareness of cycling as a sport for its development.
The meeting between Dar es Salaam basketball and clubs has decided to start a new season tomorrow with a new format.
The fixture cannot proceed. There was a stiff discussion between the leaders, but in the end, they voted and they decided that the league should start afresh. There will be reforms of a few regulations, and so many of them agreed that the league should start afresh.
9 more NBA players have tested positive for COVID-19 less than a week before teams are set to travel to Florida to resume the 2020 season.
25 players and 10 team staff members have tested positive for the novel coronavirus since testing began on 23rd of June, the National Basketball Association said in a statement on Thursday. NBA teams are expected to travel on 7th of July to Orlando, Florida, where the league plans to resume play on 30th of July after the coronavirus brought hold on the season in March. Players, coaches and other members of staff will practice, compete and live at Walt Disney World with daily COVID-19 testing and no fans allowed inside the so-called bubble.
The prospect of a blanket ban on all Russian track and field athletes has increased after World Athletics froze the process, allowing them to compete on the international circuit.
Came a day after the Russians failed to pay a $5 million fine for doping offenses, as well as another $1.31 million in legal costs to the sport's governing body. The decision to put the Doping Review Board on hold means that all Russia's stars, including the world champion high jumper Maria Lasitskene and pole vaulter Anzelika Sidorova, are not allowed to compete as authorized neutral athletes when the Diamond League restarts next month. The Russia Task Force, which is designed to steer the country's return to the international fold, has also been suspended, with the World Athletics president Seb Coe warning that the Russians had fallen well short of expectations.
Lewis Hamilton has said winning the Formula One World Championship this season would mean more than ever, given his personal commitment to the Black Lives Matter movement.
Speaking in Spielberg as the sport prepares to hold its first race of the season in Austria, the six-time champion insisted the equality he is so actively encouraging and pursuing will not come about with ease. Hamilton, the only black driver in Formula One, has been vocal in his condemnation of racism and in his calls for Formula One to address the lack of diversity in the sport. Hamilton is pleased at the progress Formula One had made in acknowledging its lack of diversity thus far, but as someone who had direct experience of racism since he was a child, cautioned against any complacency.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. Thank you for watching and good night.